Now look, y'all, there's 3 things that I think are difficult in life. 1 of them is probably trying to lift queso. 2 is getting jumped. 3 is getting jumped, man. And now, if a group of people you beefing with says the phrase, "come outside, we not gonna jump you," you know they gonna jump you. Let's be for real, man. And today we gonna talk about them group of people or characters that are actually going to jump you. Go Power Rangers, they gonna jump you.
Wow, man.
Now, I don't know if people forgot because it was back in the day, but the Power Rangers were on no games with these villains, bruh. Like, first of all, I don't even know what they was fighting. They was fighting some sea creature. I just try to describe that like I knew. But yeah, I'm talking every version of the Power Rangers. It didn't matter how many goons or how strong the villain was, bro. They was running that fade together like a big happy family. They was moving with swords, hands, all that. And I think what made it enjoyable watching was the fact that they had max team chemistry. They was always on point. Like, it was to the point you know they mastered jumping as a unit because they had a whole fusion mech robot just to fight villains. Like, just to throw the fade with them. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, if it wasn't for plot, these villains would be getting dropped off in the first 5 minutes of the episode, man. It would be Power Rangers shorts or something like that. And as I rewatch some of these fights, I'm realizing the Power Rangers were CEO of we don't fight fair, of we don't run the one. They was teaching kids to jump people at an early age. This is probably the reason why we have gang violence. I'll blame it on the Power Rangers. That was out of pocket. That's all I gotta say for the Power Rangers. Let's move on. Now, a fight I need to see is Queso versus the Waffle House employees because they don't play around. Why am I? All these Queso strays is crazy. But yeah, you know something's wrong when every video you see of the Waffle House employees of any Waffle House, it's just them either fighting, throwing chairs, scrapping as a unit. Like, I ain't never seen a video of them being like, "Hello, here go your food. Have a good day." You feel me? Why can't we see that? Why is it always fighting? But yeah, like I said, they're the CEO of jumping because I love that though. They don't let they fellow employee get beat down. They always moving together. They're like the Power Rangers for real, but in the Waffle House version. That's all. But yeah, that's all for the Waffle House employees. They're really an Avengers level threat. I wouldn't mess with them personally, but if I had Queso with me, we might win. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all for a minute. I honestly didn't watch WWE. Yeah, I know that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I did some research, and why in the world is there these 3 threats, these 3 menaces called the Shield that just go around jumping everybody? Like, ain't nobody told me about this because I probably would have been watching if I knew there was a group like this. Like, first of all, they already cleaning up in them all black fits, but the fact that they just be wreaking havoc anytime they walk into the arena is just so fire to me. And as I watch some of these clips, I'm really wondering why in the world they had the need to violate like this, bro. 3-on-1 dropping people off the ropes is insane. I don't even watch WWE, but that looked like it hurt. And then they do that emo after where they put their fists together. Like, no, bro, that's not teamwork. That's just threat activity. But the coldest thing I had to see was probably when they dropped in on a helicopter and just started dog walking people, bro. Hey, how you go, like, man? And why did they do The Rock like this? I saw a video of The Rock getting jumped by them, man. Come on. How you gonna do Dwayne like that? Now, if you haven't seen the Boondocks, the Hateocracy, aka them 3 old black people, were different, man. I think they started this phrase, "come outside, we won't jump you." It had to be. Like, starting off, we literally seen them pull up on Uncle Ruckus out of all people, and they put this man in the hospital. And the crazy part was they put him in the hospital because he wouldn't tell them where the Freeman family was. Like, come on, that's diabolical. And so eventually they found out where Huey and Riley went to school, right? And they pulled up in the building acting like they was their grandparents trying to take them out of school early. And Huey knew it was a back door, so he really went out the back door. But as they walked outside, bro, these 2 old people was waiting for them outside to run the fade, man. And that's exactly what they did, because they started hitting Huey and Riley with all sorts of taijutsu moves. It looked like Rock Lee spawned in a version was giving them a beat down, man. Like, this was a bad jumping right here. Like, I really thought he was gonna hold his own, but I guess the jumping abilities was just too strong for him. But yeah, luckily they literally got saved by the bell. Like, they literally got saved by the kids going outside for recess, man. That's some shiesty activity. Pulling up to a young boy's school just to run the fade with him. They got him to come outside and jump them? Like, oh, nah. Yeah, literally while they were getting jumped, Granddad got pulled up on by the 3rd member, bro. Like, this was a planned jumping. But yeah, Granddad escaped somehow, and they ended up hiring a bodyguard, Bushido Brown, aka the Karate Warrior. But to literally, like I told y'all, this little Hateocracy group of old people, they don't mess around, and they jumped Bushido Brown. Like, they really pulled up on this man and circled around him, suited up like it was an intervention or something. He held his own, but he, you know what I'm saying, they decapitated Bushido Brown. Moving on. And so if we talking about the definition of come outside, we won't jump you, Jujutsu Kaisen is that anime, bro. Like, literally majority of the fights in this anime is somebody getting jumped or somebody doing the jumping. And I respect this because they have no shame about it. You know what I mean? They just really fighting realistically. Like, realistically, you're not gonna run a runs with like a super powerful villain. You gonna want your homies in to help fight with you. Like, you know how in animes they be having the main character 1v1 the final boss to surpass his limits or whatever. This show says skip all that. If he's strong enough to jump him. For example, my boy Itadori, main character, he was surpassing blasted his limits. Of course, he surpassed them, but he still had to jump, homie. Him and Toto was running around doing all types of combos. They was getting critical, getting groovy. And the crazy part is, Itadori really learned his jumping ways from his sensei, his interim sensei, while Gojo was away somewhere. He really taught this man how to jump and fight unfair by whooping on Mahito, man. Like, I know y'all remember this fight. That's where the whole iconic meme came from. The whole fight back, fight back, fight back. Like, they were whipping on bro so bad he couldn't even breathe correctly. He was trying to transform and fight back, you know what I'm saying? But he couldn't. And it was even to the point they was out here jumping sea creatures in the Shibuya arc. I don't even know what that thing was. But yeah, I think that sums up my point. You know, the Jujutsu sorcerers are shiesty. And since we're on the topic of anime, I gotta mention the Blackbeard pirates, bro, because they always on shiesty timing. They might as well be in JJK. And really specifically because of what they did to Whitebeard and Marineford, bro. Like, this man Blackbeard was literally about to get dropped off, but then his whole crew assembled and started blinking at this man. They started shooting this man, hitting him with cannonballs. They was even stabbing, bro. Like, this had to be overkill. Like, the Blackbeard pirates are the embodiment of, if my man's going down, you gonna have to take us all down. Moving on. Now, in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, Azula was always on timing. And she always had a squad she was pulling up on Team Avatar with, bro. Like, she was dedicated. Like, she literally formulated a team just to jump this man Aang. Like, she didn't care about everybody else. She only wanted the Avatar. Well, actually, that's not even true, because anybody who was friends with the Avatar, she said she wouldn't smoke with. And she really did that. Like, they was really soloing benders as a trio, man. Looking like my Fortnite squad out there. Like, the Fire Nation really had literal kids hunting down the Avatar when you really think about it. That's kind of insane. And honestly, Tali was enough alone to make me not want to come outside, bro, because the way she was piecing up people, paralyzing them, I'm not fighting that. You feel me? I'm not going against that. Imagine getting hit with somebody's fingers and you can't move. They just emoting over your body. I'm not going through that shame. And I don't even got to talk about Azula. She's just crazy. Why would I want to fight somebody like her? Y'all saw the last episode. She's tweaking out. Like, come on now. And so for my last example of this, we have an astronomical showcase. And I'm talking about when Miles Morales got hunted down by the whole Spider Society, bruh. Like, for starters, Miguel really wanted Miles to sit back and let his father die. Like, no, he was not going for that, bro. Then they surrounded him like it was an intervention or something. What did Miles say?
Is this an intervention or something?
But you know, my boy was standing on business and he wasn't going for that. And they said, skip it. We gonna all have to jump you. Like, they really called a state of emergency in the Spider Society just to hunt down this one man. Just for everybody to jump this man Miles. And Miles was holding his own too. Don't get it twisted. Like, how in the world you got all these Spider-Man hunting down one person and they can't stop him, bruh? Like, they really tried to super jump this man. Super spider jump this man, but he wasn't going for that. Like, hey, they tried to act friendly with my boy and decided to switch up on him. And he stood on business. But yeah, Miguel specifically was moving different, bro. He was the ringleader, just on crash out timing. Like, I don't even know what was wrong with dude. He shouldn't be a Spider-Man for sure. Hey, but that's gonna wrap it up for this video, man. Follow the Instagram if you haven't already. JacobThru 5L. God bless. 10K on the way.